Hello Reception and welcome to your Understanding of the World in RE lesson. Today is Thursday the 4th of February 2021 and our skill this week is to identify people in our local community whose job it is to help us. In yesterday's lesson we learnt a bit more about healthcare workers and we interviewed a few people from hospital to find out what they did. Can we say a big thank you to them and to all the healthcare workers in the entire country who are working really hard to look after us? Ready? Thank you! Now today's lesson is extra special because we are learning about an incredibly important job. Let's have a look at some clues. Clue 1, Clue 2 and Clue 3. Do you know what they're called? Well, today Reception, we are learning about the Armed Forces. Can we say that together? Armed Forces. And the Armed Forces are split into 3 parts. Part 1 has the tank from Clue 1. Part 2 has the ship from Clue 2. And Part 3 has the aircraft from Clue 3. Now the armed services have an important job. Their job is to keep us safe and protect us from enemies. They do this out at sea, on big ships. They do this on land, in their trucks and their tanks. And they do this in the air, in aircrafts. Now let's start with the British Army. Can we say that together? Army. And the army protects the country on land. If you're in the army, your job might be a soldier. And soldiers can be men and women. Soldiers, can you see their uniform here? They have a very special uniform. It's called camouflage. Can we say it together? Camouflage. And camouflage means that it's very tricky to see them when they're out in nature. Can you see the colours on their uniforms? They're greens and whites and browns, and they're the colours that you might find outside. So, I have a camouflage test for you. Have a look at this picture. You might want to pause the video here. Can you see the soldier? Point to where he is. And I'm going to show you in 3, 2, 1. There he is. He is camouflaged amongst the rocks. That means you can't see him very well. If he was wearing a bright pink uniform, you might see him really easily. But when he's got his camouflage on, you can't. Let's have a look at one more. This one's a bit easier. Can you see the soldier? I'm going to show you in 3, 2, 1. There they are. Bit easier, but you can see it's still quite hard to see them. Now, why do you think a soldier would not want to be found? Well, a soldier might not want to be found because they might be on a mission and they don't want anybody else to be able to see them. Now, in the army, they have lots of vehicles like these ones. They have tanks and trucks, and some of them are so big and powerful that they can drive over even the roughest terrain. So here, for example, there is a really big hill and my car would struggle to get over that. I don't think it would be able to do it. But this big truck is so powerful, it can get over it very easily. Now, the Royal Air Force. Let's say that together. Royal Air Force. This is another part of the armed forces. And the Royal Air Force protects us from the sky. Let's have a look at some photos. Now, you may have seen an air show before, like this one. If you work in the RAF, there's lots of different jobs you could do. You could be a pilot, or even a firefighter, or an air traffic controller like this person. This is someone who manages the planes in the sky, so there's no collisions. The RAF has many aircrafts like this one. You may have seen an air show before, but you may have seen these ones here. They're called the Red Arrows, and they sometimes make an appearance at air shows. Can you see the way that they're flying together? That takes a lot of training, so it takes a long time to become a pilot. Do you know what this plane is? That's right, it's a Spitfire. And Spitfires are very famous planes that were used a lot in World War II. Now the third part of the armed forces is called the Royal Navy. Let's say it together, ready? Royal Navy. And the Navy protects the country out at sea. If you work in the Navy, your job might be an engineer. An engineer keeps the ships working, because if you work in the Royal Navy, you will work on one of these, a ship. You might work in intelligence. Now, intelligence is a job that helps work out and plan what to do next. You might be a Royal Marine. Now, Royal Marines are a group of very highly trained special soldiers that can work out at sea and on land. It takes a long time to become a Royal Marine. Now, the Navy has lots of different ships like this one. Can you see that they're so big? They're so big, in fact, and I don't know if you've spotted this already, but they can actually fit something else on top of them. What is it? If you look closely, you can see some helicopters here. There's another helicopter there. In fact, they're so big that some ships are called aircraft carriers. And what that means is that the planes can take off and land on them, just like a runway. That's amazing. Let me show you a video. So this is a plane here, and it's just about to land on the aircraft carrier. It goes through the net to slow it down, and amazing. How many planes can you see on this aircraft carrier? I can see 1 hiding there, 2, 3 and 4. That's amazing. Now, if you're in the armed forces, you will need a lot of skills. Here are just some of them. You will need to be fit and strong, which means you will need to do a lot of exercise to train to be in the armed forces. What else do you think you'll need to be? Can you tell me? You will also need to be incredibly brave, because people in the armed forces go on a lot of missions. You will need to be able to work as a team, because there are a lot of people that work with you in the armed forces. You will need to be able to make quick decisions, and you will have to have really good listening skills. So when your teachers are saying to you, make sure you're listening, that's good training. Now, we are incredibly lucky today because we are going to be interviewing a soldier. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Good. Hi, I'm Anand. I'm a soldier.
Okay, can we say, hello Anand? Hello! And we have some questions for him. Question number 1 is, what do you do in the army?
As being a soldier, I need to be ready at all times to defend our country and people.
So, he has to defend our country and its people. That's a very, very important job. Question number 2. What training did you do?
On my normal day-to-day work, I trained really hard to improve my basic skills like shooting on ranges, patrolling, and contact drill. A good soldier, I need to be fit and mentally healthy. To keep myself fit and healthy, I do lots of running, swimming, and weight training in gym.
Wow, now that's incredibly important. So, in order to be a good soldier, Anand said that he had to keep mentally healthy and fit, which means that he went to the gym a lot to get healthy. He did a lot of running and weight training. Let's have a look at question number 3. Have you ever been to another country?
I have done 4 tours of Afghanistan, 1 tour of Kosovo, and 1 tour of Bosnia.
Now that's amazing. He has been on 4 tours, which means he has been to another country to protect our country from over there. Now sometimes he will be away for a long time, and so he will really miss his family. So he has made a big sacrifice. That means he is giving something in order to protect us and keep us safe. Let's have a look at question number 4. This is a great question. Do you have any medals?
I've got some medals which I would like to share with you guys. Okay, the first one, this is the medal from Bosnia and Afghanistan. The second one is from Afghanistan. The third one I got from the Queen on her birthday. And the fourth one is the Long Service Good Conduct Medal. Okay, this medal, the soldier will get this medal once he completed 16 years of service without any charges. Okay, at the end, thank you very much. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you.
Wow, that was a really amazing message. First of all, did you see those medals? Now, he had 4 medals. That's a lot of medals, and you have to work really hard in order to get those. So that was amazing. And second of all, we are so lucky that we got to interview a real soldier, and he was saying to us to be healthy and be safe. So can we please say a huge thank you very much? Are you ready? Thank you. That was amazing. So, part of what Anand said is that he has to keep physically fit and healthy, and that's very important. Look at this person here. My goodness, that's very, very strong. And your task now is to keep fit like a soldier. Your task is to create a sequence of 3 exercise moves that keeps us healthy, and then post them on Discord for your teacher to do. So you've got to make up a PE lesson that has 3 moves for me and Mrs. Hopkin to do. You might want to try doing 10 jumping jacks. You might want to run or skip or hop 10 laps of your garden. You might want to do 10 sumo squats. You might want to do 10 bicep curls, maybe holding a tin of beans. Or you might want to do 10 sit-ups. You might have your own ones. As long as you don't make me and Mrs. Hopkin do this, I'll be quite happy. Have fun doing it. Let me know how you get on, and I will see you tomorrow for another video. Bye everyone.